Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality with the best hair. And, yeah, they made another one of these. You remember my review of Dinosaur Hotel, right? If YouTube ever let me post it. Well, it certainly put the terrible in Terrible Lizard's stiff acting, a nonsensical story, and it looked like most of the shots that you'd think should have had dinosaurs in them just, didn't. And yet somehow, but 1 year after that, we were, blessed with this follow-up in the Dinosaur Hotel franchise, Dinosaur Hotel 2. We truly live in the bad universe. In Dinosaur Hotel 2, there are dinosaurs, but no hotel anymore. At least, not usually. Pretty much all the lore has changed between the first movie and the second, but we do see the return of Sienna, who must survive one night in Dinosaur Hotel. Why? But to win money, of course. And at least this time there's actually a decent amount of it. So, let's take a look at Dinosaur Hotel 2 and see if there really is nowhere to go but up. We open up to dinosaurs, and they're moving. Well, that's already about 65 million times better than the last movie. Eddie, played by Marcus Massey, is the enigmatic host of the hit worldwide television phenomenon, Dinosaur Hotel. Yeah, you remember how in the last movie it was a secret underground gambling ring? Well, now it's a public, widely popular gambling ring. As Morgana, played by Gillian Broderick, has been contacting Eddie personally for that inside information to give her the edge on who to place her bets on surviving Dinosaur Hotel.
3 million on Lily.
And this takes place not in the measly modern day of 2023. No. It's the far-flung future of 2032, where they have all kinds of amazing futuristic technologies like an Echo Dot. And I will say this much, the dinosaurs look far, far better this time around. Except when they don't. What the hell was that? That was stock footage from the last movie, a dinosaur shot from Dinosaur Hotel 1. Yes, one of the ones that actually looked better, but it still looks like ass compared to the ones actually made for Dinosaur Hotel 2. Lily, played by Samantha Cole, doesn't seem like so safe of a bet, being tired and weak and easily overpowered by Cindy, played by Julia Quayle. You see, Cindy has been playing dirty, killing contestants herself, instead of simply outsmarting the dinosaurs.
You've been playing dirty from the start.
That's the whole point.
I didn't know that when I signed up for this.
I don't blame you. Dinosaur Hotel 1, they had that mystical technology that prevented contestants from harming each other. And Dinosaur Hotel 2, they just don't. Thus, Cindy leaves her there, for her to be eaten by a velociraptor, leaving Cindy as the winner of Dinosaur Hotel.
There you have it. The winner of Dinosaur Hotel 2032.
And not only is it being televised, but it's actually being watched at home by Sienna, once again played by Chrissy Wuna. At least, hate watching, as she cannot stand Dinosaur Hotel, that evil show that gave her financial security for the low, low price of £100,000. Morgana is, however, very upset with how financially insecure her insider information was, and chastises Eddie over the phone for how he didn't do enough to ensure Lily's survival.
Fucking bitch.
And this is a problem for Eddie because I really don't know. They never actually really explain why her financial security affects Eddie so directly, but it does, and it is a driving point in the plot. Sometimes. Sienna, however, has another problem. She has received an email for a Dinosaur Hotel reunion special.
You've been selected to compete as part of this prestigious event that will be televised all over the world in the first live broadcast of the show.
The first live broadcast. Never mind that the first movie made that seem like a live broadcast, or that this movie made that just look like a live broadcast. Hearing the prize this time is $10 million. Maddie, once again played by Ruby Wuna, comes down like, "Ma, why don't you go back and win that money?" But she's like, no, it's a death trap.
You won the last one, you have a chance to win this one.
Normally I'd be questioning the intellect of the young'uns, or how much they actually love their mother that's so gung-ho about sending her off to get killed. But maybe, just maybe, they're actually smarter than they seem, and they've caught on to the fact that she's got plot armor. Eddie, however, is having a bad time. His producer is now his producer, because Eddie, who was totally the originator of Dinosaur Hotel and not Dean the Games Master, has now lost the rights to the producer, and he's got ideas.
The ratings have dipped in the last 2 seasons. At the risk of becoming stagnant, we want to pull it back. Be the best show on the format.
Yeah, people just don't care anymore about the show about dinosaurs disemboweling people at a rate of 20 women to 1 man. And they are totally losing out to all those other shows about this very same concept.
Bullshit.
Hey, Eddie, I'm the one whose suspension of disbelief is supposed to shatter here. But they still want Eddie as the host, and he doesn't want to get fired. Already got one hell of a demotion, so he'd better do what they say. He doesn't want to. Much like Sienna doesn't want to go back to get eaten by a T-Rex.
If I don't come back, who's going to look after you two?
But you will come back.
And her son, Peter, once again played by her son, Junior Wuna, also doesn't seem to care that much about the safety of his mother's life. Come on, woman, gotta go make that paper. But she's like, no, we've got plenty of money. Surely that £100,000 from the first game was worth enough to set them for life in 2032. But what's this? The following morning, her children are missing! Calling up Maddie's phone, she gets an answer from the producer of Dinosaur Hotel 2, Dinosaur Hoteler. They're like, Sienna, baby. Listen, we've got your children, and if you ever want to see them again, you're gonna have to participate in the Dinosaur Hotel reunion episode.
You cannot force me to do this.
However you want to play this, it will end the same way. You will be competing, or your children will be entered on your behalf.
I mean, honestly, the first movie ended with the kids being considered winners as well. So if we're doing the Dinosaur Hotel reunion special, where all previous winners compete, shouldn't it be mandatory that they are there? So with that in mind, Sienna has no choice but to drive down to Dinosaur Hotel, specifically stock footage from the building from the first movie. Upon entering, however, it's a completely different set. And, well, we ain't staying here anyway. Why should a show like Dinosaur Hotel actually take place in the Dinosaur Hotel, am I right? I can just drive down to an abandoned work site and film a movie there, even cheaper. More importantly, it's time to rattle off the participants. Along with Cindy, we've got Eddie, played by Ozian Dixon. Although the credits credit him as Jeremy, but... well, we got 2 Eddies instead. Lara, or Lars, played by Guidry Jackites. Dee, played by Annabelle Hammond. Maya, played by Kelly Ryan Sanson. Lexi, played by Lauren Starrick. Sasha, played by Christabel Clark. And, of course, Sienna. You might have caught on to something here, though. Sienna is the winner of the first season of Dinosaur Hotel. And there are 8 people here, and yet in all that time, neither of her children look like they've even reached 8, let alone grown 8 more years.
See you in half an hour. This is Eddie Larry, and you're watching Dinosaur Hotel.
Okay, so is this a third Eddie? Or, well, more likely that's probably Jackie Bell, the director of Dinosaur Hotel 2, and the studio saving a ton of money this time around by not bothering to hire any actual skilled editors. But Sienna senses something. Maya also doesn't want to be here, but Edgermy thinks that they might be colluding before the game even starts. So how's about the game suddenly starts and raptors attack, murdering the fuck out of Cindy in record time?
1 down. I hope you didn't have any money on Cindy.
And also, for some reason, while the movie already showed us that they can clearly have Double D there on a properly chroma keyed background, for some reason, throughout about 90% of the movie, they just don't bother to. We just see him standing there in front of a blue screen. Yeah, chroma key ain't that hard. I should know. So the remaining contestants flee and scatter. Mainly into 2 groups, Sienna and Maya, and everyone else. As there are raptors about and the skies fill with pteranodons, the first order of business is to find cover, which gives everyone a chance to think about their predicament.
In Russia, we have to beware bears. So I am used to always being prepared.
Well, in Texas it gets pretty fucking hot, but I don't think that gives me any better of a chance to spacewalk on the fucking sun. Dee thinks their best bet is to get a gun, but where could they have hidden them? No idea. It's always changing. But Solid Snake has a great idea. D, why don't you head upstairs to make sure it's safe? If you see a raptor, scream! Now, despite the fact that they all know this guy killed more competitors in his season than the dinosaurs did, she hops to it and does as she's told. But what's this? It turns out that he merely got her to go off alone as a means of getting her alone so he could beat the crap out of the woman before throwing her off the tower to her death. Huh. Anyone else noticing they're killing off the brunettes first? Heading up to confront the Edimator, he's like, what? Nothing happened. Oh, this? Oh, well, you see, she was falling over the edge, and I tried to catch her with my fists, but I guess I just don't know my own strength. Thus, the group splinters further, with Lexi and Sasha deciding to say fuck it and leave, but Laura thinks perhaps she and Edameister could make for quite the team. Speaking of teams, Sienna and Maya have enough time to chat and find out that they have so much in common. The producers kidnap Sienna's kids to force her to participate, and they kidnap Maya's mother for the very same reason. And the most important thing to remember about this year's Dinosaur Hotel is to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already.
Cut that from the record.
Ed, isn't this show supposedly being broadcast live? Lexi and Sasha, on the other hand, are like, that Eddie the Snake was a real snake. We must survive, for we must defeat the snake. And get the $10 million. That'll be nice, too.
There we have it. Lexi and Sasha are going to get revenge on Jeremy for what he did to Dee.
Okay, so now his name is Jeremy?
How the fuck did we miss that? Christ.
Proofreading, it goes a long way, just saying.
Oh, there seems to be something happening.
The fuck are you even talking about? You know what? Never mind. The endless sea of blue does look far more entertaining than what I've been watching. That something, however, turns out to be Sasha being attacked by pteranodons. So they flee inside to escape and run right into a pteranodon nest. And the Tyrannobat attacks Sasha! Again! And since when do these things hang upside down like bats? Anyway, this contest is supposed to be for 24 hours, so the sun has to set at some point.
It's dark. Dinosaurs can't see in the dark.
Oh, you mean they didn't just give the things like a location? Or, I don't know, maybe surprise us with having some nocturnal species for the night scenes, Jeremy says they need weapons, meaning they somehow still don't have any, but wouldn't you know it, the very next place they check just so happens to have a handy-dandy katana. How convenient. Not only that, but a big old bag of loot for Jeremy with a gun, ammo, cuffs, and some eggs belonging to a motherfucking T-Rex! God damn, he shot that thing so hard it turned back into the shitty one from the last movie. Laura takes Jed for dead and gets out of there, while Lexi has managed to get a car. Finding a walkie-talkie, she calls for help, and Laura answers. Despite the fact that there was no walkie-talkie with a katana, Jables found that with the gun. Lexi says the car may be a means to escape, as the money isn't worth it. But where could the keys be? Laura, however, responds that that's a pointless pursuit. After all, it's probably just a fucking trap. And it was! Maybe? I don't know. These guys could walk right into a high-voltage power line and call it a trap, despite all the warning signs posted everywhere. But what will they face next? Stock footage from the last movie! And I really don't know why they needed this stock footage so bad. It's an empty cave. They needed an empty cave. Is it really that hard to get a shot of an empty cave? And this one was a shot with a raptor in it. They didn't even do a good job cropping it out. It's right there. This is to set up Sienna and Maya continuing to press on. Maya says they need to stick together. But,
You'll be fine. We need to cover more ground. Go.
I guess Sienna doesn't like her anymore. Especially considering that Sienna doesn't fucking move, so much for covering more ground. But when Maya no longer answers Sienna's calls, she gets worried. Trying to track her down, Sienna finds herself in the sights of Lara.
You and Jeremy, We were working together. I ditched him ages ago. He got eaten by a raptor.
Yeah, 30-foot tall, tiny-armed raptor with 6-inch teeth. But Lara doesn't know or care where Maya is. She's here for the head of the original winner of Dinosaur Hotel. Also, while this is going on, hey, Maya's still alive! Being tortured by Jerem Morbius over here, who is convinced that Goody Two-Shoes contestant only won through cheating. Who is she working with? Speaking of working, Eddie, as in actual Eddie, has got a wild hair up his ass and decided, hey, I gotta head into the editing studio, or editing line of laptops and get some files real quick, just for reasons. Oh yeah, but that's right, Sienna is currently running for her life from Lara. You see, you'd all be much better off if you spent your free time practicing Dino Crisis instead of Fortnite. So the raptor saves Sienna's life and chases down Lara. And unfortunately, she doesn't have her wicked katana anymore.
What are you waiting for?
But even with all its teeth and claws, it just looks like the raptor opted to punch her in the face with its face, and the sound editor has no idea what he's doing here. But ooh, Eddie's just about to get his secret files together, which contain evidence of such things as Cindy being denied her winnings unless she agreed to participate in this season, and Maya refusing the interview because she was worried about her mother. This is very important. Later, first we have to see Sienna has finally found a weapon. A crappy hockey stick. Also, guess she only has one slot for her inventory as she straight up drops her flashlight in exchange for it. And after she sneaks up on Jackass, she whacks him over the head, drops the stick, and takes the gun. Then aims it at Maya!
No! No!
Okay. What the hell even happened there? Continuing to exchange one thing for another, Sienna frees Maya from her binds, and then in order to take her, feels the need to leave the gun behind, allowing Jeremy to get it back and chase them down. But what's this? Sienna is in cahoots with the raptors again, as another conveniently ignores them to instead rush towards the armed man. Theoretically armed anyway, as no matter how many rounds he unloads into the beast, it doesn't even slow it down as it tears into his flesh. But with but two of them left, Sienna rushes towards the gates with Maya, lifting her above to theoretical freedom? They said something about snipers earlier, but they don't seem to care right now, and Sienna is resignating herself to her fate. But wait!
Game over.
Wouldn't you know it, they just so happen to have about 5 seconds of time left on the clock. How convenient! And even better, the Raptors are incredibly respectful of the rules of engagement, like, alright, pack it up, boys, she won again. Therefore, happy ending! Sienna won, and Maya won, because fuck it, everyone's a winner at Dinosaur Hotel. Eddie uploads the incriminating footage to take Dinosaur Hotel down for good. Meaning he's unemployed. And look, Maddie and Peter are fine, and mercifully had very few lines this time around. And what of Maya and her mother?
Mind if I tag along?
Yeah.
Yes, I mind. Get an Uber. Okay, so we never actually see her mother, and I guess that means she's okay? Maybe? Anyway, that was Dinosaur Hotel 2. And it's an improvement. And an example of how that really ain't saying much. Dinosaur Hotel 2 joins the illustrious list of sequels that are unquestionably superior to the original. But yeah, that's clearly because the original was oh so badly put together, it's hard to come up with any other movie that isn't better than it. And when it comes to just how much better Dinosaur Hotel is, well, yeah. The acting is about the same level, with some semi-decent performances mixed in with ham and cheese. The CGI is improved at least. It's still pretty crap, but the animation is on a whole other level compared to the first movie with like 2 keyframes over 3 seconds. But that improvement allows for another shortcoming to shine far brighter this go around, and that's the sound design. Between weirdly silent shots, sound effects coming well after when they should, or not at all, much like in the first, and just a general weightless quality to the big damn dinosaurs stomping around everywhere, Dinosaur Hotel was a movie that would improve drastically with actually having effects in its effects shots, and Dinosaur Hotel 2 would likewise drastically improve with actually having sound effects for little things like, gunshots, voiceovers of the host actually playing instead of hearing the director's stand-in lines, and even simple footsteps at times. Oh, and actually bothering to make the chroma key scenes, that would help too. At the end of the day, Dinosaur Hotel 2 is a drastically different plot that somehow manages to deliver more of the same. A disappointingly thrown together dinosaur movie with a shocking amount of amateur mistakes that mar what could have otherwise been an okay bad flick, but hey, at least this time, it can be a little fun instead of just downright boring the whole way through, coming in at 2 somehow winning contestants out of 5. And I found a few things online about a Dinosaur Hotel 3, but the more I dig into it, it just says that it's got the plot of this movie and the cast of the last one. So, well, here's hoping Dinosaur Hotel 3 will never be a thing. Thank you all for watching. I've been Shado. And remember, a bad movie can't necessarily be saved in post, but it can always be made worse.
Fucking show. Fucking dinosaurs!
And it's end screen element time, and let me level with you here. I would suggest you watch my review of the first Dinosaur Hotel, but as I'm recording this, it's still held up by a copyright claim, so I have no idea if a link here would actually go to it. But you know what link is working? My review of Jurassic Domination. Triassic Domination. The Asylum one. The Asylum never disappoints, depending on exactly what you're looking after. And there's also the algorithmically selected recommended video. Whatever that is. Yeah, dinosaurs. I wonder, should I play the Genesis Jurassic Park game over on my Twitch?